Alright, so we're going to attempt to get to a lake that we have gotten close to and got clipped out. There's a boulder that is blocking the road and added about 14 miles to the trip just to the trailhead. So we bought some e-bikes that were on sale, and it's also bear season, so if we see a bear, we'll pop one. But our main goal today is to get to the lake, do some fishing, and flag the rest of the trail. We got about 75% of the trail last year before we ran out of time. Because of the boulder, it ate up most of our day. So with this here, this is going to be a game changer. Hopefully we can get up there and catch some big trout. No one's been back there as far as we can tell for years. And if you're watching this, Woody, I want to do a shout out to you for building the trail. I've never met you, I don't know who you are, but I've seen your sign, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you've done. This is walking it up a steep hill, and it overheats. And I'm pulling a bob trailer with maybe 2 pounds in it and a 35-pound pack. My son's pulling one as well, or just a pack, but his doesn't overheat. So it's either the trailer or it's a bad battery. Alright, I'm sweaty and messy. Took my helmet off because I'm burning up. The Ebikes bike with a trailer is the battery's overheating going up these steeper grades. So I found myself more and more walking beside the bike, turning the battery off. My son's bike is not doing the same, so I presume it's the trailer, or I have a malfunction with my battery. This is a lot steeper than it looks. I mean, I just go a couple feet. Look how much higher I am already. And this isn't the steepest part. The steepest part is right there. And that there, even with a good e-bike, I don't think you'll make it up there. So we'll just walk alongside them until we get to level ground. But we are 1.75 miles from our trailhead destination, which I've been to twice now. Today, hopefully, is a day that we actually can get to the lake. The e-bikes have shaved off 4 hours of hiking already. So we're grateful for that. And so that's basically, by the time we get there, we'll probably have, I'd say 9-10 hours to find the lake. So we got this. Unless something happens along the way, we're good. And hopefully we can fish at a lake that no one's been at for years. Yeah, I know my hair's a mess. I'm sweaty. I don't care. But stay tuned for the rest of the adventure. Alright, we're 0.8 of a mile. I'm sorry, mosquitoes are crazy. 0.8 of a mile from the trailhead. And if you come see this, this is what stopped our e-bike. If you see this here, and there's just logs across the trail. And last time we were up here, it turned into vegetation and pure mud, not far past this. So we hid the e-bikes. We hid the e-bikes, and we'll go on foot from there. We'll take a quick breather at the trailhead, let our heart rate settle, let the sweat stop, and then we'll start, because the trail to the lake at first is a real thigh burner. There's an area that you're on all fours just to get up, so we will check back in there. kicks butt this year anyway. So if I need a double back, I know to keep the broken branches on my left. Alright, we just got to the trailhead here, and our flagging is still up from the last time, and we're going to re-flag anywhere that needs, and then pass the spot that we made it last time. I am purposely not naming this lake because of the difficulty just to get to it and the remoteness of this location. I'm not saying that you personally can't make it, but there has been an uptick in people that are ill-prepared going out in the wilderness, and I don't want to add to that. So if it's not a well-maintained trail that is actually on the WTA.org app or All Trails app, I am not going to spot burn it just because I don't want to partially be responsible for somebody's death, disappearance, or injury. Take it as you will, but I wouldn't be able to sleep with myself at night knowing that I was part of that. So we're going to start this trail. Let's go back to the positive and let's fulfill a bucket list. Share it with me, YouTube. All right, so this lake, we're finding our old flagging from last trip, and we brought another roll just in case we run out of an area with no flagging, because there's a lot of game trails up here that could accidentally mislead you. There's elk running through here, so some of their trails look better than the actual trail that we're on. Try to look for locations like this. I don't know who spray painted that, but look for arrows carved in trees. That's another dead giveaway that there's a trail. Stop, wait for your GPS to coordinate itself. Sometimes it can be off in the trees here, but if you sit still for about 2 or 3 minutes, it usually zeroes in on you, and you can kind of get an idea where the trail is. All right, well, we're halfway there. Let's go. This is gonna be fun. It's still smoky out here. bear tore up this wasp nest, and I just walked over the top of it. Needless to say, I'm going to leave with a few souvenirs. There's a lot of wasps in there that are happy. Alright, we just reached the lake that we've tried to get to a couple times before. It took us almost 3 hours to go 1.1 miles. This is not a lake for the faint-hearted, so that's why I'm not going to identify the name, because this is one of those places people will die at. This place is beautiful. Whoa. Beautiful. That's an old can right there. That's old. It's got the peel top. Somebody used one of the frying pans to shoot. We're about to have some Forever Young mac and cheese, and I'm going to have a cup of joe. We're going to enjoy this view here for about another hour, and we got to pack it up. We've got to climb pretty much up, straight up that to get out of here. It was no easy task getting here at all. It's not going to be an easy task leaving either. Definitely love this lake, but it might be a one and done. It's pretty intense. And without camping here overnight, it almost makes it disrespectful to only spend part of a day here. Fishing has been on fire. We are catching large trout bigger than I've ever caught in my life. Loving this place. Joseph just caught his first one in the lake. Yeah. What'd you catch? A big one?
Yep.
All right. First leg, first trout, third cast.
It's a big boy.
Oh my God.
That counts.
Yeah, I sure did.
You beat my record.
That's either, okay, I got to figure it out. It's either a Yellowstone cutthroat, what's it, West Slope, or Montana. That's what's in here.
Okay.
Let's do it, dude. Oh my God. You need to stay frosty and alert when you're out in the wilderness. You never know what you're going to come across. Looks like some wild men lived up here for a period of time. All right, we had a blast here, and we are going to roll out. We have close to 1,000-foot elevation gain just to get out of this bowl, and then we'll have probably almost the same amount going down just to get to the logging road. So it is going to be a pleasure to get out of here.
Ready.
This is going to be the most even terrain we have for the entire hike. We will enjoy these 20 yards. There'd be wolves up here. Looks like a single. Not a big one, probably kicked from a pack, migrating down from Canada. Pretty fresh tracks though. We found some scat along the road that I thought was wolf, and there, that confirms it. Good times. We have gained 800 feet, well, actually sorry, about 700 something. We have another 300 feet, and if you could see, look up there to your right, son. You can see the ridge lines there, and then we'll start going downhill. Here's a tip that works for me. I don't fixate on the end goal. I fixate on spots. So I go a couple hundred feet, and I stop, and I let my heart rate stop a little or slow down a little, and then I go to the next flag or the next item, and then I kind of keep my head looking down at the ground as I go up. And what I like to do when I come to a resting spot is I turn around and I look, and I see the lake is all the way down there, 753 feet below us. We just did all that. We accomplished all that. We have that little bit left. It's a mental game, and you win it if you think forward, think positive. Hiking is like riding a motorcycle. There's no reverse. There's that clutch to slow down a little bit, but that's just to briefly look in the past, man. Go forward, full throttle. Okay. All right. We just crested the ridge line. That means we had 1,000 feet of elevation gain in 0.3 of a mile. Yeah, it was brutal. Speaking of brutal, if my son and I can climb that up, you can move your cursor or your finger over and tap or click that like and subscribe. It helps our channel out, it helps the content out, and my ultimate goal is to help out fellow hikers, hunters, fishermen with some advice and maybe a different view of things. But until then, you guys have a good time out on the trail. This is steep here, really steep. So we do one at a time, that way somebody doesn't take somebody out. Good job. YouTube. Joseph and I just completed, I would say, my first or second hardest hike. This is the third time we've attempted to get to the lake, and we were successful today. It's an amazing adventure, definitely difficult, not for the light of heart. But I'm really proud of my son for making it up there. Proud of everything we did to get up there. Get out of there was just as hard. And the adventure along the way. We saw the biggest black bear of our life. I wasn't able to get a shot. I tried, but there was no ethical shot opportunity, so I let him walk. And then we caught the largest trout of our lives. Cast after cast. This place is phenomenal. Outside of that whole hermit thing going on up there, this place is amazing. And I want to come back, but this is one of those lakes I will not tell you the location because it is so remote and difficult to get to, and I would hate for a beginner to get hurt up here. So sorry, I'm not going to disclose the location of this place. But you guys go out and find your own locations. Keep within your skill sets, and if you go above your skill sets, get a mentor that's already above.